Okay, good evening, guys. Good afternoon to some, good night, good morning to some of you. Welcome back to GMT Plugs Trading Hub, and I go by the name Joshua Pastori. We are light here, guys. Very energetic, and we thank God before everything. And thank you so much for smashing the like button, guys. So the purpose of coming out in this video is to share with you the weekly performance that we did last week. Okay, we're gonna see the entries, the risk management, and also the lesson learned. Okay, so before I proceed, please, uh, if it's your first time, please smash the like button and subscribe to be notified when I go live like this. So where do we start, guys? Now this is my trading view. So for those who are very much new, when you want to trade, you need the following. You need to have a trading view. A trading view is a platform which helps you to analyze the market. Okay, it helps you to analyze the market. All right, so you need trading view. Again, you need what? You need to have this one here. You need to have the calendar, the Forex Factory, okay, which is forexfactor.com, whereby you see the economic events. Okay, you see the economic events. Last week we had a lot. Okay, we did not have we had some news, but this week, which is starting from tomorrow, we're gonna have a lot of news. So this is another application that you need to have, the Forex Factory app. If you're using a computer, you can just use their website. Another one, you need to have a broker, and the broker I'm using, guys, for me, I'm using Windows So. Okay, I'm using Windows So. All right, I'm using Wind. So this is the broker I'm using, and I'm gonna share also what I'm gonna share also my Windsor uh, recommended link for you to register. So sorry, guys, I think I have to use this one here. I have to use this one here, Google. So you go to Google and then you look for that. But on the description, I will share my uh, recommended broker that I'm using. Okay, so I'm using Windsor. This is the broker. So when you have this, when you have these three things, you have trading view for analyzing the market. Okay, this is the broker I'm using, Windsor broker. Okay, so when you have the broker, and when you have the Forex Factory calendar, and when you have the trading view, then you are ready to go for your tradings. Okay, so now where do we start, guys? Now let's go to daily, and I show you how the week was. It was amazing, totally amazing. So which you don't need to miss this week, guys. Okay, so uh this is how it started. Okay, remember we have 5 days in a week. These are traded days, Monday to Friday. So where was our Monday? This was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So we mark this as our what? We mark this as our what? Our Monday. Okay, this was our Monday, and this was our Tuesday, and this was our what? This was our Thursday, and this was our no, Wednesday, Thursday, and then this was our Friday. So once we have marked that, then we go to we go now to I show you how I do my analysis. Okay, so I do my analysis in the following. First of all, in your trading view, you see I have these sessions here. You can ask yourself, why do I have gold, 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 gold? I have gold, 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 gold from different blockers because this one can be, for me, I'm trading London session. Okay, I'm trading London session. Let me do it here. I'm trading London session. Okay, these are the sessions I'm trading. Sessions I'm trading. So I'm trading London session. Okay, London session, and I'm also trading New York session. Okay, New York session. So on London session, exactly what time do I approach the market? I approach the market at 4, and you see what I always do. So I was explaining you why you should have 1, 2, 3, 4. This one will be for the entire, okay? For the entire, you do a weekly, daily, and 4 hour, then you know exactly where the market direction is. Then this one here will be for the London session in 3, the London session. This one will be for the New York session 4:30, and this one will be for the New York session 5:30. So that's why you can see you have different what? You have different um, brokers there. So now we go like this to look on our, remember we were highlighting the days, so these lines, these vertical lines represent the days. Okay, so now let's go to our Monday. Okay, where is our Monday? I think this was our Monday. Okay, this was our Monday. So where did we start? So we came in the market on Monday, and this is what we saw on Monday. Okay, on Monday we came on Monday here, and around what time we said it for a mini 10:57. That's when we come in the market. So at 10:57, if you check properly here, the time, this is our Monday. Started here, Monday started here during the night Asian session. Then we go to it's going like that, it was going like that, it was going like that. Then here we have 9:39. Remember we come to the market, we start our setup at what time? We start our setup at uh, 10:57. So this was 54, this was 57. So this was our setup. So now what do? We mark the high and the low of this. Okay, we mark the high and the low of the 57. Remember, by that time when it reaches 57, so it will be already completed, okay, a 3 minutes time frame. So you mark the low. This was our low, you like this. Okay, you mark the low. Okay, perfect. Let me do like this. You mark the low, 1492. Okay, 1492. So this was our low, and you can name it as the 3 minutes low, 3 minutes low. Okay, and it has to be on the bottom. And then we have our 3 minutes high. Okay, now we have a range. So this is our high and that was our low. Okay, so we just change this one here to be 3 minutes high. Okay, 3 minutes high, and it has to be at what? At the top like that, like this. So now we have our low and our high of the London session opening. So we are focusing, or we identify the last candlestick before the market opens. So where did the market open? The market opened with this candlestick. Remember, we are scalpers. Okay, remember we are scalpers. So when we identify the high and the lows, then you can even identify the bodies. Okay, this is the selling candle. So this was the opening. Okay, this was the opening and that was the closing, like that. This was the open. You wait for a breakout. You wait for a breakout. So the market has started like here, and then we are waiting for a breakout. Now look here, guys. So when you identify the highs and lows, what next do you need to do? You identify before this market what was the market doing. Okay, now if before this one here, you can see market was coming down and we saw a break of structure here. Okay, this was our break of structure. We saw market, this low was being broken by this impassive movement. Okay, and we have our high here at the top. This was our high that we have. Okay, which before anything, this was our high. But before our high, did we have anything? Yes, we had this fair value gap. We had this fair value gap here. This was the fair value gap that we had. Now you go to where? You go to 1 minute time frame. On your 1 minute time frame, what are you looking exactly? You are looking for a what? You are looking for an entry. Okay, you are looking for an entry. So remember, we are looking for a breakout, and a breakout should be by the candle, not by the wicks. Should be by the candle. Now you can see in a 1 minute time frame, this was an impassive movement that we had, and we saw this was our market was giving us what? An uptrend. Okay, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. We had higher low, and then we have this impassive movement which break out this previous higher low. Now we have a new lower low. Okay, so means now for here, now you can see this was our what? Our 3 minutes fair value gap, which is when we saw, let me go back to 3 minutes and you see when we saw our 3 minutes time frame. Okay, this was the candlestick, the opening candlestick. So if you put here maybe a vertical line like this, now let's go to 1 minute time frame and you see on our 1 minute time frame, what do you see? In your 1 minute time frame, this is what you see, guys. Now if you look properly, this was not a breakout. You can see price was just within our range, and this was the line. Now you see, so this was the candle which this was the candle, this was what? This is our opening candle, and then this, remember, this was our resistance. So this is the 3 minutes high, but it acted as our resistance. Remember, this is our 3 minutes low, which is acting as our what? Our support. So liquidities are here down, liquidities are here. Then we saw market come here and being rejected in our fair value gap. Now this is the power of identifying all the potential key levels in a higher time frame, which is a 3 minutes, and then you go to 1 minute and look for a precisely entry. Now here we had something here again. Okay, we had something here, and you can see this is where market has been what? Has been rejected. You can see market has been rejected. Again, we saw price coming back, and then we saw this. So after this movement here, this was our entry. This was our entry. So someone could have taken this trade at this point here. Okay, why? Because this body was very much close. It came and take liquidity inside the fair value gap, and then we saw a retest back to what? To our 3 minutes high. So this was a good entry. But someone can say, no, I'm just waiting. Let me see again another movement, because we had something here again at the top. We had this order block here, whereby price went retested back to this fair value gap, and then we saw price going up. Or you could have just using this candle. So now in a 3 minutes, in a 1 minute time frame, this was our broken candle. This is the candle which broke. So our entry was supposed to be here, and because we have this order block here, definitely market should have been rejected and then coming back. So you wait for this second candlestick for the retest, and then you could have entered the market focusing the what? focusing the highs. Okay, now how do we take a profit, guys? We take a profit, say we take a profit in 1 to 2 ratio. That's when we take a profit. Now if you go to 3 minutes, in your 3 minutes, you can see also that in your 3 minutes, this was the candle, okay, which take liquidity. After taking liquidity, then we saw entries. So someone can say this could be, let me put it proper like this. Goodness, this was supposed to be 83. Okay, this was supposed to be 83. So now, so this was our targeted point, but someone could have waited again another retest back here. But you can see how long does it take to wait until here. See how long does it take. This was 11:48, so almost like 48 minutes for price to come back to this level. So now you can have so many entries with this strategy. You can scalp here and wait. After 30 minutes, then you wait for the price to come back to your what? Price has to respect this order block. It has to respect this order block, because remember, this is a break of structure, and if this is a break of structure, then the price has to come back. Where does it go? It goes to the order block itself, which this is the order block. So here could be another entry, amazing entry, focusing, targeting this higher here. Okay, now betting on that, so where should be your entries? So it was a buy, guys. We took a buy here. I remember we took a buy, and your stop loss should be below the candle that broke, not the wick. This was the candle which broke, so your stop loss should be below that candle, and you focus on 1 to 2 ratio, or you focus on this higher, which it was giving us amazing. Sorry, yes, it was giving us no, this is what, let me do this. Okay, it was a buy, so this was our entry. Someone could enter here in a 1 minute time frame, but another one could say after a breakout candle finishes, we take our position here. Our stop loss should be below this candle, okay, which was giving us 26 pips. Okay, and we focus on 1 to 2 ratio. 1 to 2 ratio, that was our what there. So this could be our exit. So now our entry should have been the last candlestick, I mean the opening of a new candlestick after a broken after a candle which has been blocking this higher, which is this is the one which broke our high. So the next one should be our entry, and our stop loss should be below this candle here, and we focus on 1 to 2. We are done with the market. How many pips? We were having 52 pips, guys. 52 pips. It was amazing. This was Monday session. Another business was this one here, guys. This was another business. Someone could have taken this also. Okay, so you just wait like 30 minutes, and then you can focus again with 1 to 2 ratio. Okay, 1 to 2 ratio, like that, or you can focus with the previously the latest high that was there, and you were out of the market. This was giving us how much? 1 to 7 ratio. But if you focus on 1 to 2 ratio as our target, then you were still at profit, guys. But this was, you focus on there, you see it went up to almost over 100 pips. So we were done with the what? We were done with the London session, and then we stop from there. We find another things to do. We read, we watch movies, we start, okay, we analyze some other stuff, okay, and then we came back here at the New York session, where the New York session we go at the 427. So this was 430, this was 427, guys. So you came here, and this was our setup. This was our range, You can see this was our range. Okay, that was our low, like that. That was our low. This was our low. Okay, and that one was our high. This was our high. Okay, this was our low, this was our high, and this was our opening candle. When you see something like this, okay, this was our 430 candle. When you see something like this, you have to be very much careful with this market. Means the market is not, you have to be very careful with when you see something like this, a dodge, okay, indecision in the market. And then we saw market going up again, then coming down. But basing on your analysis, remember, this was 430, this was 33. So it means you wait until 3 candles have been opened, another candle to finish, then you see how it finishes. Now this, it finishes with indecision, but something was telling you that, hey, there is a breakout here. Okay, there is a breakout here. Still, buyers were very much strong. Okay, now you identify the potential areas on your left. Now you check here. Remember, you see now market came back and respect the London session. If you take this one here, look guys, this was our London session, and that's where market went. Okay, so when you are analyzing the London session, can tell you what the New York session will do. Mark that in your analysis. Okay, remember this was what? This was our London session, where the market came back again and they retested for the third. Well, this was the second retest, the third retest, and then we saw a huge going up. Take until New York session, guys. We waited until New York sessions, and our New York sessions was giving us what? Our New York session was giving us okay, that was the, let me go back. Okay, that was the, let me go back. This was when? This was Friday. So you can see Friday was amazing. Since morning, it was printing some dollars. Morning session. Okay, but New York, I think it was morning session. I traded morning sessions. And this was, where was it? I think I took my trade, where is this one here? No, there. This, I think it was around here. This one here, yes, it was here, guys. I took my trade, it was around the where is it? I think I took my trade, it was around the 457. This one here, that's where I took my entries. This candle, it was giving me a range. Okay, so I spotted my range here, guys. This was my high, like this was my high, and again this was my low. Okay, so I identify the high and the low. Okay, I think I have to go to the 3 minutes. Okay, so this, yes, so this was giving me a high and the low. And when we saw this, then I saw this one here, then the price came inside, okay, and then after this candle, that's when we saw a breakout. So you can see how many minutes? 3 minutes. After 6 minutes, then we saw a breakout. So you have to be patient until you see a breakout. Now remember, when you measure our 20 pips, This breakout was already giving us more than 20 pips. And then for me, it was a confirmation that we are moving down massively. Okay, we are moving down massively because a breakout, it breaks our row 3 minutes low, and also it breaks our horizontal 20 pips. So I entered on this candle, this indecision. That's where I entered. Okay, you could have waited for the retest and proceed, but for me, I just entered there, and the stop loss was what? Let me show you. So this was the entry. After a breakout candle, the entry should be the entry, and your stop loss should be above that candle. Okay, which it was almost like 55 or 59 pips, and I exited I think it was around where, that's when I exited. I think it was around, no, I did not